very... That was the woodpecker in the background. There's no way you would have heard that, but no, he stopped, and he likes to start as soon as I start talking. But did you hear that? So I'd love to see a woodpecker. Never seen a woodpecker before. Do you know, the older I'm getting, the more appreciative I am of birds and of the feathered variety, I hasten to add. I really want to start to get to know the sounds. Anyway, I digress. My van, Renee, something I've wanted for a long time, and she's here. Renee, what the hell's all that about? When I hear people refer to vehicles or things with names, I think, don't be ridiculous. But then, I don't know, it just kind of stuck, really. I mean, it's a Renault Traffic, so Renault, Renee, that'll do me. I quite like it. So, but anyway, yeah, I apologise, but I am going to be referring to, and it's a she, and it is Renee. So there you go, like it or lump it. I know it's ridiculous. So my first night out, here I am, and I've come back to that very site that I recently did an upload of the enjoyment of camping, no less. And in fact, I was in the very same spot. I've endeavoured to come back to exactly the same place. And I do stick by all my guns when I said in that video and really raved about it and said the beauty and the enjoyment of camping. And I do stick by that as well. And please, just because I've now purchased Renee, doesn't mean I've turned my back totally on camping. Although it's going to be tough now to get back in a tent now that I've got Renee here, which is just going to change the landscape somewhat for my channel with reference to, I'm hoping, people that know me, I'm quite an impulsive kind of a guy in more ways than one. Not always a good thing. However, with regard to this, when I have a run of days off free, I fully intend to get into that driving seat and go. And it's not so weather dependent now as well. I mean, this place here yesterday I turned up and it was utterly teeming down. It was absolutely pouring, which is why I'm now filming the next day. I did really want to do a big sort of nice piece of me arriving on the site and setting up the cameras and everything, but sadly the rain was just too heavy. I had to abandon all filming, really. Hence just chatting to you today after my first night. So yeah, apologies if I look like crap again. No change there. So yeah, that was the reason that I didn't film, but here we are, and I'll do a little tour. We'll do a walk around. Not that there's a lot to see because a van is a van, but I'm really chuffed with the versatility of the tarp, which I only use once or twice really with my camping. But the fact that you can just have a quick pop-up, and yesterday was a great example in the pouring rain, just having a dry area is always a godsend. And obviously on a hot sunny day, having some shade, cannot emphasise enough the benefits of a tarp, so versatile. Saying that, it just makes me think, yeah, get a tarp. It's so versatile. The versatility is incredible. So, but I'm like a pig in mud, really. I just feel so happy, and it's been so nice to just come out just to try it. And there's a lot of things that I need to be doing with this van. And as friends have rightly said to me, just go and use it as it is, and then you'll soon know what you need to change. And I can adjust that to my needs and how I want to use it, really. But from the onset, I have said that I am not going to attempt to turn this into a full-blown camper van. And what I mean by that is a really good friend of mine, a work colleague, her and her husband have purchased one of these beautiful sort of T4 VW campers. And the day they got it, I was so envious. I'm going to ask her permission if I can put up a picture, actually, just to show you that. But yeah, I was very envious of them. But, fair play to them. It's lovely for them. And I'm really glad and think they're going to have an amazing time in it. But this thing here is not a patch on that, but it is just a blank canvas really. It's got that bed already in situ, but nothing else. And in fact, when I bought this, the guy did say, do you want this unit? It was all flat packed, and it was a sink and a cooking hob unit made out of sort of MDF. I think it's worth a couple of £100 or so. And he said, well, you know, I'll leave it in if you want it. He even offered to sort of set it up and put it in for me. And so the happy medium was, I thought, well, I might as well take the unit, you know, and I'll have a look at it and a play and see what I think. And to be honest, I've decided not a fan. I don't think I'm going to have a sink or a cooker unit in there, because as you've seen, I've got so much from my camping and hiking days equipment anyway, that would all just become redundant. And there's something I really love about these camping stoves. And now I've got the tarp, the setup, I can always come out here and do all my cooking. Yes, water, having a little tap in there, you could argue might be good, brush your teeth and everything. But again, I'm used to camping. I'm used to sort of off-grid really. So I've decided not to, and just utilise the space other ways. I'm looking to perhaps even use this as a bit of a studio, if you like, which sounds a bit weird, but I'm doing a lot more video editing for work now. And I'll go in and video stuff and come back, and they've said that it's okay for me to do all the editing at home. Well, home technically can be this now, and I could drive off somewhere beautiful with a nice view and sit and just do my work and editing actually in the van. So I do want to incorporate a kind of a desk scenario, but again, don't know what really. Lots of chin scratching still, but there's no rush. And what a fun project to have. And yeah, can you see? Really chuffed. Tell you what I'm going to do. I've got this camera on stationary. I'm going to turn that round and go and get my other GoPro that's running. This is my old faithful GoPro 5. And it's got no stabilisation on this actually, so this will be really rough and ready footage. But here is my view. I'm just using extended walking poles. And guess who forgot the I forgot my pegs, so I've used a couple of twigs. But yeah, if I had a couple of really decent poles giving me some height here to be level with the van, it would extend the living area a lot more. I mean, ultimately, of course, awnings, but they're very expensive, really, really expensive. And that's why I do love the tarp, to be perfectly honest. Oh, can you hear that bird? Very chatty. It's actually, strangely, the busiest I've seen it, because normally I've had the place to myself, or very nearly. So there's a couple of campers over there. And that over there is the fantastic eco toilet. Now, I don't deny my sense of smell has been, for want of a better word, pretty badly damaged since I had COVID. Never really had a full sense of smell back, which is never a bad thing on occasions. But I can smell certain things still, and I can assure you that the eco toilet, it's sawdust. It's kind of, you go up some steps, it's really well built, and it's all sawdust. Do your business, cover everything in sawdust, which is quite far away from, it's quite a considerable drop, shall we say. Delightful subject, but hey, we all do it. And there was no dreadful, ghastly walking out retching, you know, as a sort of a toilet in the middle of a field. Best I think I've ever been to. So I cannot emphasise enough how fantastic this site is. I mean, just look how spread out we all are. I mean, I'm guessing, you know, when we get to peak season, the location of this place, we're on the Staffordshire, Derbyshire border, and we're within close range of Uttoxeter. So you've got Uttoxeter Racecourse, they have lots of big events. Obviously, Alton Towers is the massive local draw, so it's ideal for that. But not only that, is we are near to Ashbourne, which is known as the gateway to the Peak District, and all that has to offer. So location wise, I don't work for them, by the way. It does sound like it, but this site is so versatile. Gives you options to go to so many places. Why do I go into that ridiculous American accent? I really don't know. Anyway, apologies to any Americans watching, but there you go. But see how spread out it is? Got another van guy over there. That looks a nice setup. Wow. He's got the flag and everything, and he's got the windbreaks, and some people really go for it, don't they? And how long before I get a big flag and some windbreaks? Just imagine that big J-got, just get out there, big flag. If I'm honest, I have ordered a couple of just get out there bumper stickers to put on my van. So if by chance you ever see me out and about and you see a J-got sticker, give us a hoot, okay? Very unlikely, but there you go. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a bit of a tour of the area, just to show how absolutely beautiful this place is. And we're just walking back towards Renee. So yeah, let me give you a quick tour of Renee. She's a 2007. She is a Renault Traffic, and it's the long wheelbase. Which, to be honest, I was a little bit apprehensive about initially when I started to look at different vans. More commonly, you do see the short wheelbase vans, but hey, having that extra space, it is really quite nice, I've got to be honest with you. But disadvantages straight away: 2 litre diesel engine. Economy wise, it's not going to be brilliant. I'm hoping to get 35-ish. It's got a 6-speed box, so who knows, on a motorway up to the lakes or down to the West Country, sit at 65 mile an hour, who knows, I might get up to about 40. I'm not sure. Any other Renault Traffic or van owners of this size, please do let me know in the comments. I'm yet to find out, to be honest, so I will look with interest to see what economy I get, but it ain't going to be brilliant, I'm well aware of that. The other big thing, and this is ouch, is the road tax. Scared me to death. I nearly fell off my chair when I typed in doing some research about it, but for 6 months it's 179. And wait for it, you do save a little bit, but for the year it's 320 quid. Ouch, lot of dollar. But hey, you know what, it's a price I'm willing to pay for the benefits of having this nice vehicle to get out and about and see the world in. So, but yeah, yeah, ouch. It was a bit painful, that was. I've got to be honest. I knew it would be more, but I didn't realise it was that much. But yeah, anyway, so negatives aside, as you can see, it's in, I like to think, that tyre is an advisory on it, so definitely, I think, is it that one? Worrying if I can't tell. No, it isn't that one. Oh yeah, it wasn't that one. That one's good. That one there, front passenger tyre is in need of replacing. In fact, yeah, that one's good. It's all good. So it's the sport version, so it has got air conditioning in it. Doesn't mean it goes any faster at all, but I do like the livery. I really do. I like the way it's all colour coded. Again, yeah, back tyres in good condition. I'm loving this mat on the back. This is really good. And I've got a Witter tow bar, which I've already utilised for my mountain bikes. That's brilliant. You got this little, not that I'm a boy racer or anything, but I do quite like your little spoiler. Haven't made the bed. There it is. Made all rather untidy by the fact that I've got cardboard up in the window, but like I said, hey, this is the first night and that's something else I need to be getting, is curtains. Here's my bed, which I slept well on. Here's my glasses, which I was looking for. I found these storage boxes which fit really nicely. In fact, I can fit about 7, probably about 8 storage boxes under here. The bed itself was really comfortable, but as I said, it's obviously a width bed, and being the height I am, I can't help thinking I'd like to stretch out more. Like I mentioned earlier, friends of mine just said, just get out in it. and then you realise what you want, what your requirements are going to be, and I can design it as to what I want. But I do really quite like, it's quite simply done. If you can see here, these just all fold away. I will put it on camera at some point, perhaps when I get back. This lifts out and you've got two separate benches, they all fold away, and then the beauty of that is I have still technically got a van, you know. I've got that much space around here, obviously. There's the bed, and I've got all this. In fact, to tell you what, let's move that away now. My very posh cardboard curtain, but all this is a blank canvas. Obviously I need to incorporate, I've got a cool box there. Do I get some kind of more permanent fixtured fridge? Obviously, the other big thing that I haven't yet mentioned is power to the back. And again, that was a bit of a surprise when I first got it. There is no leisure battery or no separate power. And for that reason, obviously, I don't dare use any of the interior lights or whatever when I'm, you know, like last night was the first night I've come out in it. And there's no way, because obviously I don't want to dead the battery. Don't want it not to be able to start the next morning. And I'm scratching my beard again. I keep using that expression. I do that a lot. To decide what is the best option. Obviously, there is the infamous leisure battery with a splitter. I, on the other hand, have been looking at these power block, basically giant power banks, really. But they're a bit more expensive, but they are, I'm going to use that word again, quite versatile, in that they're portable. And basically I'd charge it at home on the mains, bring it in here, plonk it down. I have got instant power without all the hassle of having to run a cable down through for a leisure battery to run off the van battery. It's there. I can plug into the cigarette lighter, so whilst I'm on the move it will be charging as well. Because I'm not really going to be running a great deal in the back, perhaps some better set of lights. Obviously interior lighting is an issue, you need to light up at night. And then me with my cameras, my GoPros and various other things, phones. It's pretty basic, pretty minimal really, the requirement I need for off the leisure battery itself. So in that regard, you know, there really are two camps and trains of thought. I mean, I say that, what else would I need that power bank for? And then the irony is sometimes when I do a bit of filming, particularly for work sometimes, it would be nice to just be able to carry this pack with me, to know that I've got instant access to charge everything up, particularly if we do a shoot outdoors, which I know is on the cards. It keeps everything fully charged. I've even got a 3-point mains lead off these portable, I don't know, it's a toughie. So I've just removed the windscreen shields, which I'm really pleased with. First time I've used them, they did a great job. And I just thought I'd show you the interior. Here she is. But 2007, you know, that's quite an old van, that is, and I'm sure they're probably hiding a multitude of sins. I haven't actually looked. I don't know if I really want to be honest. There's just no need. Anyway, these do the job. Even carpeting up here and on the side panels as well. You know, so obviously, you know, when I first came and looked at this, I was like, oh wow. But there you go. Here's my dash. This little baby is fantastic. That was a nice little bonus to have. It's obviously full Android connectability, Google Maps, and the most amazingly clear reversing camera. It's clearer than the ones we've got on our brand new ambulances. I'm amazed at the quality. So that's really handy to have if I'm backing into small places. So we've got full air conditioning as well. Engine wise, like I said, it's a 2007 vehicle, so I have the paperwork to tell me that in late 2019 it had a reconditioned engine. And that's not to say the fact that this is a 2007 van, it's got a recon engine, but other bits and pieces were still from 2007. So it's going to be a gamble. It really is, but it's a gamble I'm willing to take. But to drive, it is so sweet. You can really tell it still feels nice and sort of basically tight, to use that phrase, if I'm honest. I mean, I've driven as ambulance crew, trust me, we've driven some vehicles with some seriously ridiculous mileage on the clocks. And I could just tell the minute I got in this and pulled away, I just thought, yeah, this is really, it felt so sweet. It really did. So that's Renee the van. And I am so looking forward to it as a bit of a project to sort of tidy stuff up in here, configure it the way I want to configure it. Perhaps in time reline it, sort of do some insulation, that type of thing. But you know what, we've got summer now, so I slept last night and I was warm as toast, so insulation is not a priority, but it's something perhaps for the future, because I do love the idea of using this all year round. You know, the idea of going out in a blizzard, that sounds great to me. But yeah, fantastic. I am over the moon.